Hi guys, I'm Andrew Obeyesekere and this is my rig rundown. So my love for the guitar started at a very young age. Always liked how the instrument looked and sounded. I started off playing with Stigmata, a metal band, and I was always used to analog sounds. What I used for distortion with Stigmata was a tone bone pedal. Of course, I started with a Korg digital pedal. But then I enjoyed the analog sounds more. So I had a tone bone, a Zakk Wylde Crybaby for wah. I had a noise suppressor Boss NS2, and of course this Molly Alligator pedal that I'm using right now as the volume pedal, and some amp reverb. But I never used a lot of delays actually. Maybe I couldn't afford a delay pedal back then. But my tone was pretty dry compared to what I play with now. And for metal, most of the rhythms and stuff, you don't need too much delay or too much reverb. You need a lot of compression sometimes. So once I started playing with D-Zone, my current band, with Damien Vikramathilaka, then I started to learn about coloring the tones more, because when you're playing commercial music, you need to be able to play any song. And then I learned to have clean tones, how to use the chorus tones. In fact, if you're playing a chorus tone, I was used to playing with a lot of attack, playing metal. So I can't play with a lot of attack on a chorus tone. Like, it'll sound terrible. So you're supposed to, have those that kind of feel and touch. So yeah, Damien and Georgie told me a lot of stuff about how to play with these tones and how to color it with reverb and delay. And of course I can't forget Atum Fernando, fondly known as Malla, who helped me with my tones, because I always like to go to somebody who knows the subject better than me to get some ideas, and he really did help me a lot with the tones on this, right, what I'm playing right now. So that's a little bit about myself, and let's take a look at my rig. So this is the main guitar I'm using right now. It's Fernandez. I've never had really expensive guitars, but I'm really glad I got this one. Got it second hand for a song actually, and it's got a great tone. I found that it was made by some guy who worked for the Fender company. It's a Japanese guitar. It's got the characteristics of a Strat. Since I like the Strat sound, and for what I do now, you need something like a Strat to really cut through, and it's a versatile guitar as well. So other than that sound, what this guitar actually has is a humbucker. So it really goes great with the distortion tones and really has a kick in there. This is the guitar on the neck position, and that's these two pickups, the neck and the middle, and middle pickup, middle and bridge, and bridge. So you see the difference in the tone. There's a lot of gain in the humbucker position, and that goes well for the rocky tunes. So other than this guitar, I have a Japanese Strat, a Fender Strat, which is pretty good. I upgraded it with lace sensor pickups, which really improved the tone. My trusty Jackson is lying around at home, and and also I have a Les Paul Epiphone, which is pretty good as well. It sounds good, just like any Les Paul would. It's got a really heavy tone, but this is my main guitar. So yeah, that's a basic explanation about my guitars. The pedals I'm using right now, what I have is an Irig Stomp. I'm not sure if a lot of guys use this professionally on stage, but I do, because I took a liking to it and I kind of like the concept. So basically, it's a virtual system that you got on your iPad, and the tones are from Amplitude. I think you can use other apps as well. You get almost any amplifier you like. You get amps, pedals, whether it's delays, chorus, reverbs, compressors. And also there are packages on it, like bundles. Being a Brian May fan, I got the Brian May bundle. What that has is a pickup simulator for Brian May's guitar. It has a treble booster which he uses. It's got his Vox AC30 amp and another battery run amp, 9-volt battery run amp. So it sounds great for all the Queen tones and stuff like that. There is a Dimebag Darrell bundle, Pantera guitarist. So there is a Randall Darrell signature amp, his pedals as well. There's a Slash bundle, there's a Jimi Hendrix bundle. The latest I hear is going to be Joe Satriani bundle, so I'm pretty excited about that. So let me show you what this is all about. So this is the Irig Stomp, and it's got one expression pedal, 4 switches to select your tone. The one little thing that I see in this is there's a slight delay in switching from tone to tone, but it's not a problem for me. Also, there is a little bit of a latency when you play, but then that can be handled. You can adjust the latency on this. I've got used to it now. And this is the gain knob, and this is the volume knob. So this is what it looks like, and you can go, once you go inside the setting, this is what it looks like. So it's like a virtual analog system. It simulates everything. When you use a distortion pedal, you know the hum it gives. This has all that. You have to balance it with the noise reduction pedals as well. So here it is. You can use the amp that you want. There are lots of amps on this. So this is the Amplitude selection. So you got lead, vintage metal, 360 bass, clean, crunch, metal, bass again, British copper, metal, blah blah. So then there's the Fender collection, and a lot of these amps I haven't bought yet. I have the Fender Twin Reverb and the Deluxe Reverb. I think I'm going to get these Mesa Boogies soon. It's not that expensive either. Whenever I think I need the amp, I just need to download it. Go to the store, buy it. That's orange. I've got the Thunderverb. There's the Engel collection, and that's the Marshall JCM Slash. And of course there's a Jimi Hendrix ones as well, which I haven't got yet. So that's the amp selection. And then once you go into these pedals, there's so many pedals you can choose from delay to noise filter, crusher, compressor. There's a feedback pedal, phaser, chorus, wah. So you can assign the wah onto the expression pedal. That's how it works on this flanger. But I use a external wah because it's a wah that I like and it's convenient for my use. So there's envelope filter, you name it, you got it. Everything's here. There's an acoustic simulator. It's like every day at the guitar store, you know. And that's the Jimi Hendrix Falseface. It's called Fuzz Edge on this. And this has the same wah that I have there. It's here as well, but I like using the real one for this. Those are the pedals. And then so post effects, you get the equalizer, and you can use whatever pedal you want. You can use another delay. That's the graphic equalizer. So you come back to this, the cabinet. You can mic it the way you want, and it makes a big difference. This is actually used for recordings, but I like to use it live as well. I used it for one recording. It sounded great. If you plug this into the computer, there are more plugins that you can use on the computer, many more. Yeah, so this is crazy. This is what the tuner looks like. Yeah, that's what the tuner looks like. So if you're in the dark, there's no problem with that. So these are guitar demos that are built in, and then you can play around with your tones. You can try using the amp, add some reverb, add some bass, So you can really try out, fixing your tones. You don't really need a guitar, so it's really convenient that way. And also you get drum grooves if you want to practice. You get all that stuff, enough of that, and you can record yourself, and you can do little recordings, and of course there's a looper as well. So this has everything. So I'm going to just demonstrate some of the tones that I already have that I'm using. So this is a clean tone, and this is what it sounds like. And this is a chorus. And a little crunch. The drive sounds like this. And on the bridge pickup there's more gain. Some distortion. It's just no delay on it. There's maybe a little bit of reverb. This distortion with some delay on it. More delay, some chorus. Let me show you the Brian May tone, which I really like to play because still working on it, but I'm using his pickup simulator and some of his amps and the treble booster to give a little bit of overdrive. So this is what it sounds without the treble booster. But if I use the treble booster, it will sound like. And you can adjust it as well. You can get more. So these are my external pedals. I'm using Molly Alligator volume pedal just to fade in and out of songs. That's what I use it for. And these are Molly Bad Horsey 2 Wah. The special thing about this pedal is that it is touch sensitive. So every time you take your foot off it, it's off. And when you get your foot on, it's on. Unlike the Crybaby, where you have to step on the toe of it sometimes, and it doesn't necessarily switch off sometimes when you're in a hurry. But I had to say, Crybaby is Crybaby. I just love the tone of a Crybaby. This is different. This is also a very good wah pedal, but I like using this because it's more convenient. So with my Irig Stomp, I think this is the perfect amp for me, because it's more of a neutral kind of amp. It's not exactly a guitar amp, it's a keyboard amp, keyboard monitor. It's a Roland KC300, and it's got 4 channels, and you can use it as a monitor as well. And it's just perfect for what I do now. If I was supposed to give any advice to any aspiring guitarists, I would say don't limit yourselves to just one genre. Try to learn as much as possible. Maybe sometimes you might not like a style, but it's good to have it. Yeah, just keep exploring. Ask everybody you know. Ask anybody what you don't know, and that's the only way to learn. Yeah, just keep moving forward. Alright guys, that was my rig rundown, and I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and hopefully we'll see you sometime down the line.